Welcome to NGU Vision Life. This is the place you want to be for up-to-date news across campus. We go up front and behind the scenes to get it all here today. Isn't that right, Marco?
Yes, Gary, most certainly. First up, we have scenes being played at the Billingsley Theater. There always seems to be cooking up some down there. Let's go to Blythe Barano for more on what play is currently being shown at the start of the school year.
Billingsley Theater at North Greenville University is back in action, opening their 24-25 season with Unreal City, an alumni-written and directed play.
Unreal City is about people at the end of their ropes, people brought to the end of themselves and struggling to exist in a world where they have fallen short, where the people around them have fallen short, and bringing them eventually to a point of realizing the need for love, mercy, and self-control in their journey towards peace.
My favorite part about the show probably has to be when I get kidnapped and they throw a pillowcase over my head and just kind of throw me in jail. I think it's really fun.
The show will make its world debut on September 19th through the 21st, and then it will continue through September 26th through the 28th. This show has mature themes and is recommended for older teens and adults. Now let's hear from our director, a cast member, and the playwright on why you guys should come to the show.
People should come see the show because it is visually beautiful, the story is beautiful, the music is beautiful, and we just have a lot of fun with this. It's got a deep message, it's got some heavy subjects, but it really is just a beautiful story of how hope prevails in community and how fear comes from isolation. It's just a really beautiful story.
I think that people should come see the show because there is a moment in the show that every single person can relate to. Even if you don't relate to the whole show, I think there'll be one song that'll hit really close to home. And my hope is that when you see that character and you recognize yourself in it, you can follow that character's journey to the end and see their moment of peace and hopefully be able to incorporate that into your own lives as well.
I think if I've done my job correctly, there will be something for everyone who walks in these doors. There's something for fathers and mothers, there's something for husbands and wives, there's something for brothers, sisters, children, lovers, ex-lovers. There should be something for everyone here who has known any kind of brokenness in the world, which is, I think, everyone. So you all have a reason to come see it.
Tickets for this show will be available in the box office. This is a PALS event, but any student can get a ticket for this event. The tickets are free with a valid NGU ID, so make sure to bring that with you and get your tickets while they're still available. This is Blythe Barano with NGU Vision Life.
The dedication this group has to already have this play in theater this early is phenomenal. I certainly will be attending that this weekend.
As will I. It's crazy what you can accomplish when you work together as a team to put something special on. Speaking of teams, working together, don't we have a mirage of athletic events coming up this weekend on campus, Gary?
Indeed. There's a lot of choices on the table this weekend to consume. Austin Crenshaw has more on how the sports team have done so far and what you can look forward to here at Family Weekend in Tigerville.
We are 3 weeks into Trailblazer Sports here at North Greenville. Here's your quick recap of the sports so far. Let's head over to men's soccer. Currently, they are 2-1-2, and their next game is on September 27th against Southern Lyceum University. A key note for them, 4 players are currently tied with 1 goal apiece.
And chasing it all the way to the corner is Lamb, sending it in on virtually a corner kick, almost, and she does! She puts it in her own net! That's how the scoring starts!
So far for women's volleyball, they are currently 3-9 on the year, with their next game coming up against Francis Marion University on September 28th. A key player for the Trailblazers currently are Samantha Ball, with 98 kills leading the team this season. We're heading over to Yon Stadium to finish off the recap for this week. So far, the Trailblazers are currently 1-2 on the year, with their next game coming on Family Weekend, September 28th against the Shorter Hawks. Key player for them is quarterback Dylan Ramirez. Currently, stats so far this year. In the air, he's 45 for 80, 600 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. And on the ground, he's rushed 41 times for 104 yards and 3 scores. Austin Crenshaw reporting for Vision Media. Back to you guys at the desk.
Wow, a lot to look forward to this week in the Trailblazer sports world. I can't wait to see how these games turn out. I heard him talk about our football team towards the end of that. I wonder if Austin can give us just as good as an analysis as that on the NFL. There's just quite a few surprises going on so far in the season, Gary.
I wonder how the general NGU public thinks about the NFL as well. Shall we have Gary Wenzel do the honors? What's up, NGU? I'm Gary, and today we're going around asking NGU students if these NFL quarterbacks are overrated or underrated. Is Dak Prescott an overrated quarterback or an underrated quarterback?
Overrated because they make it to the wild card every round and lose to another sorry team. And yeah, he promises more, but he doesn't give more.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Is Bryce Young an overrated or an underrated NFL quarterback?
He's really overrated. Coming out of college, coming out of high school, he was like predicted to be one of the best NFL quarterbacks coming out of college. And look at him now.
Perfect, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Is Patrick Mahomes an overrated quarterback or an underrated quarterback?
Patrick Mahomes, I would say he's not overrated or underrated. He showed that he can win and do it at a high level.
All right, thank you, man. So is Jalen Hurts an overrated quarterback or an underrated quarterback?
Yeah, he's overrated. I ain't gonna lie.
Why do you think he's overrated?
He overrated because, I mean, for a quarterback that he is, they suspect him. They act like he did a lot of things, but really he hasn't really done much for real. I mean, he has done a lot. He took him to the Super Bowl, but we just give him too much praise, too much hype. But he is a really good quarterback, but he's overhyped.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, that's what NGU students think about those quarterbacks. A lot of football left to play. Great to see their opinions.
To be a part of one of our local teams, NFL QB Bryce Young sure does get a lot of hate along with others in the NGU community.
You mentioned community, Marco, but the community starts with the professors here on campus that make it known to get involved.
Most certainly, Gary. All these professors here are open about their faith when it comes to helping other students out. Let's turn it over to Demorian Lyles, who has more on how God has had an impact on these faculty members towards our students.
Have you ever wondered how God influenced our teachers here at North Greenville University? Come with me as we interview 3 teachers talking about how God influenced their life at work.
So the way that God has influenced me at North Greenville is that He's given me a sense of purpose and a mission here to help people and to shine the light of Christ for the students and the faculty that I serve.
Teacher at North Greenville in College of Christian Studies and Old Testament. And one way God influences me in my teaching ministry here is that I recognize I can't do it on my own, so I'm always depending on the Spirit of God to help me interpret the text of Scripture properly. And I'm depending on the Spirit to make that message clear to my students so that they can understand what God is speaking to them. We believe it's God's Word that we're dealing with, and so He's revealing Himself, and He does that even in the classroom.
So God influences my work in a myriad of different ways here at NGU. One of the things I do think is important to note is there's a difference between calling and service. Our calling is something all believers are called to. Jesus tells us in Matthew 28, the Great Commission, to go make disciples, and that's what I'm called to. However, my place of service right now is at NGU. So whether He called me to NGU, whether He called me down the street, whether He called me overseas to a business place or to a local restaurant down the road, my service place may change, but my calling doesn't. And so right now here at NGU, the Lord influences me in the way that I treat other people, in the way that I talk to other people, and the way that I interact with students on campus. And I think of Colossians where it says, whether you eat or drink or whatever you do it all for the glory of God. And so for me, the Lord influences me on a daily basis and the way that I treat other people.
This is Demorian Lyles reporting at NGU Vision Life.
NGU's slogan is Christ makes the difference, and that couldn't be more true based on what those professors had to say.
100%. I can't think of a better way of putting that, Gary. There is no shame in proclaiming the Lord here at North Greenville University.
On that note, let's move into our last segment of the day, which happens to be another show.
Another show? Is that like a hidden gem or something? Or like on a long hunt, maybe?
I'm not sure, Marco, but I do know who knows.
And who is that exactly?
We'll send it to Jacob Strauss, who has the inside scoop on this hidden gem.
Yes, and did you know that there is an improv show coming up soon? NGU's improv team, Required Chaos, will be performing their first improv show of the semester. For those who want to know what will be taking place, Required Chaos will be acting out scenes on the fly with random prompts given by the audience. They will be playing a variety of improv games that are very interactive with the crowd and bring joy to the room. The team's captain, Logan Stewart, is here with more information.
The audience should come expecting that they are going to be surprised by how funny these people are. And like, yes, we are college students, but like we have fun. And I think that's the most important thing of the improv show is that that's what they should come to expect, is that they're going to be surprised and that it's going to be a fun, awesome time. And it's going to be like a nice unwind for them.
Please come support and hang out with the improv team on September 30th at 9:45 p.m. in Hamlin Recital Hall. From Tigerville, South Carolina, Jacob Strauss, NGU Vision Life.
The improv show sounds like a lot of fun. Thanks, Jacob.
It does, and this is even more brilliant than I ever expected it to be.
Of course it's going to be. Well, that's going to do it for us here on this episode of Vision Life.
Hold on, I think I'm getting something here. Students, you're going to make sure that you have your phones out. There's a storm coming, tropical storm coming to the Atlantic coast, so make sure you have Live Safe downloaded. Make sure you're looking at your email. And on anything from campus security, if you get something from campus security, that means school has been canceled, maybe Thursday or Friday. But that's going to do it here from Tigerville, South Carolina. I am Mark Gonzalez. He is Gary Wenzel. Until next time.